We are back with another review, and today we are checking out some new cones that I just picked up. These are called Bodhi cones. So without further ado, let's hop right into the review. So I picked up these different kind of cones. These aren't a normal rolling paper style cone, as you can obviously see. And these are flavored as well. So these are blackberry flavored. They have this Buddhist theme to them, but they don't have anything else. If you look at this, I mean, they don't tell you what they're made of. They don't tell you pretty much anything about the cone themselves. Now, I've actually smoked these, and at first I was skeptical. I'll be honest with you, I was skeptical at first because there was a lot of things that were going on with them that I was like, Well, first off was there was no label letting you know exactly what the hell they're made out of. And it looks just like a legit leaf that you pulled out of your yard. So that was the first thing. And secondly, it was like, okay, well, these little black strips, as you can clearly see, they're all different lengths up and down the cone. So it's like, okay, well, where does the filter end? Where does the, where does the filter end? Where does the, this thing line up? How does it correlate with the filter? Like, for example, when you're smoking out of like a rice paper cone or a hemp-based cone, you could at least see through the cone and see where the filter is. This one, you couldn't even feel it. I mean, we're going to cut it open. I'm going to show you what's inside, but you can't even feel it just based off just kind of gripping it. And then you got the end over here. I mean, you can see it's not very telling on where it's at. I mean, you could literally crush this probably before you figure out where the filter's at. And then we have this, like, each one has this cardboard little, I guess it's a filling funnel or a packing tool. It does have a little hole in the bottom, as you can see there. I mean, clearly you're not going to put anything in there to pack it, but you could definitely use it to pack the cone itself, which is probably what its purpose is for, I'd imagine. And then if you don't notice it, there's this little string that's on here. I mean, you wouldn't have probably noticed that if I didn't point that out. I mean, this part's knowing, but when it's down like that, I mean, you wouldn't tell that that's different from that. So I think that's a little weird that it didn't just yank those off. But I imagine it helps hold. I guess it helps hold it together. I wouldn't smoke it because, again, there's nothing on here. There's nothing saying, hey, this is made from this. Not even on the backside. So there's not even a warning letting you know that this is smokable or not. So me personally, I wouldn't smoke it at all. And the outer wrap of these, I mean, I thought it kind of smoked. It was a bit harsh. But it didn't transmit the flavor into the smoke like a Juicy J would, which is even crazy that it didn't transmit it, because usually these leaf type blunts or Rillos, they usually absorb a lot of the flavoring, and it usually transmits into the smoke. So yeah, and after looking at this, looking at one of these and taking one of these apart, I believe the outer wrap is a corn, some kind of corn, maybe the leaf to a corn plant. I think the inner thing is a husk. So we're gonna peel this off, and we're gonna check this out here and see what exactly we got going on inside this cone. So, and then the black stuff is just cardboard. So I definitely wouldn't advise you to smoke beyond the cardboard. Stop before it even gets to it, because you don't even know what that is either. You don't know what dye they used to make that black. Who knows? And underneath it, clearly there's more string. Here we go. Look at that. So yeah, definitely don't smoke into the cardboard. There's string underneath that. Ugh. All right, so we got that off. So now you're going to see where I got the... Oh, man, you're smoking through all this string. There's more string in here. Look at all this string. So this is clearly some kind of corn husk. I'm sliding this little string off here. Lots of string on this. This is clearly some kind of corn husk. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you bought corn at the store, you know what I'm talking about. These little black dots on the outer husk, and you can see it looks like a corn husk. So it's just a rolled up corn husk. I imagine these are all rolled wet, and then they tie them up, and then they dry them out. and then they dry up like that. And then I imagine the paper gets put in at the end to hold its form, but there's like, you can see it's a leaf. It's a leaf. So, I imagine this gets put in at the end just to maintain the structure when they're in this little tub. And this is how they come. I mean, this is exactly how they come. It reminded me a little bit like a Magar in a way, but it's not, because it's made out of corns. And I have some with corn papers before. We've done a review on this channel with corn papers, so it's not unsafe to smoke it. But I don't know anything about these papers at all. It literally has nothing at all on the tin or the tub. On the bottom here, it just has PET and then PETE. So you got plastic number 1, which is like the worst plastic. So, I mean, there's that. And then you got just the blank. You can even see on the underside here, there's nothing written on the back of the label. So there's nothing about these cones that you can even know about. There was no literature when I bought these. They were just on the shelf like this. There's not even anything to let you know that it's tamper-proof, because it just literally just screwed on and screwed off. This wasn't even on tight or with pressure. I mean, I don't even know how you could seal this with pressure. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, kind of sketchy, but beyond that, it kind of did smoke a bit harsh. The flavor did not transmit into the smoke beyond the initial few times your lips got around the outer leaf here while you were smoking. And to be honest with you, it kind of tarred up a bit. I did notice a lot of tar coming through the corn husk tip. I was getting like streaks of like this little bits of resin come through on that, which was kind of gross, honestly. It's like something that you would get on the tip of a blunt or something like that, and it's definitely not something that you'd want pulling through on something that is supposedly all natural and a healthier pitch than a regular Rillo would be. So if you've tried these Bodhi cones and you know anything about them, let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe for more, and have a great rest of your day.